When conflict arises, remember this. Sometimes you may get into arguments and disagreements with people, and it may annoy you. It may irritate you. Or you may look at yourself and wonder if you said or did something wrong. And while it is good to do that, it's also important to remember that everyone is going along their spiritual journey at their own pace. Not everyone is at where you're at. Some people are behind you. Other people may be more advanced. But it's important to remember that we are all on this spiritual journey together. But we are not all at the same level. We're all going along at our own pace. So you may experience arguments and disagreements. You may experience conflict. And if you're at a higher level of awareness, you may look at it and wonder why. It may seem very strange and very confusing to you. And the missing key is that you're simply dealing with people of a lower awareness, lower level of consciousness. Because if they knew that they didn't have to do all of these things, and they didn't have to behave in an inappropriate way or say these inappropriate things, if they knew that, why on earth would they do it? They wouldn't. Our thoughts, feelings, actions, and behaviors all stem from our level of consciousness, our level of awareness, our vibrational frequency. That's where it all comes from. That's how you have to see it when conflict arises. Because a person of a lower consciousness who primarily experiences fear, shame, and insecurity, they're going to act in a very different way and have a completely different thought process, completely different feelings, compared with someone who is of a higher consciousness of peace, love, and joy. You're probably not going to get much conflict out of that person. But when it's people who are very insecure and they have a lot of shame, a lot of fear and uncertainty, it doesn't take much to tip them over the edge. And they may already be like that before you even came into the picture. It's very important to understand that. A lot of people these days have so many unresolved issues from the past. things that they haven't dealt with. And then you come around and they're bringing all of this stuff into the interaction or engagement. But if you're an empath, if you're just a naturally good person, you may identify with it. You might take it on as a part of yourself. And that's another thing. Instead of trying to own parts that other people choose to disown, sometimes it is important to recognize that separation. And I know as spiritual people, we often like to talk about this one consciousness that we all are. But if you're experiencing conflict and you tend to identify too much with what other people say or do, it is very important for you to recognize that separation. But it's true. When conflict arises, it's because people's emotions are high. They're very emotional. Conflict doesn't tend to arise from logic or reason. It usually comes from people who are experiencing insecurities. They're experiencing fear or shame. And that's often what causes the conflict. Because if you have two people who are happy and they're experiencing peace, love, and joy, there's not going to be any conflict there. But many people these days, they're going through something. People are in difficult situations, harsh conditions, and they bring that with them into every interaction and engagement. But that does not mean that you have to identify with it. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It's like if you squeeze an orange, you're not going to get apple juice. You're going to get orange juice. Just like if you squeeze an angry person, you're going to get anger. If you squeeze a happy person, you're going to get happiness. That's just the way it is. But it does not mean that you have to identify with it. When conflict arises, recognize the separation. It may not be something that you want to be involved in. So set those boundaries and just leave the conversation if you need to. Just go somewhere else. Because if you are a high vibrational spiritual person, you're not going to want to be involved in that anyway. It's not going to vibe or resonate with you. So let them consume it. Let them be a part of it. Let them revel in the mud, if that's what they choose to do. And you move on to higher ground. You climb higher and you take your peace love and joy with you, and you share that with people who it does resonate with, because there are plenty of people out there who are looking for that. There's plenty of people who will appreciate your good qualities. So you don't have to waste time with people who want conflict, who want to bring you down. You don't have to settle for that. You deserve so much more. Especially if you are a beautiful, spiritual person who is on your path and purpose, on your spiritual journey. No, you don't deserve that. You deserve better things. You deserve love to be reciprocated to you. And that's why I make these videos. It's to share the love. It's to help you to find that peace within yourself, that joy for life. Observing the little things in life that bring you fulfillment. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Thank you all for joining this Spiritual Secrets live video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share your thoughts in the comments. I do read every single comment that is posted here. So please leave a comment for me and for other viewers. Click that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and then you can receive the notifications for my future videos. And finally, share this video. Share the peace. Share the love. We need more light in this world. Thank you all for being with me here tonight. Peace, love.